We first met our next guest a couple of months ago. Jayne Wren's daughter, Maddie, was born at just 27 weeks while holidaying in Fiji. The staff at Nandi Hospital ensured little Maddie thankfully pulled through, and thousands of strangers around the country donated money to Jayne and her husband Ash to eventually bring Maddie home.
And back in Australia, it seemed the worst was over. But then the unthinkable happened. Ashley, a fit and healthy Ironman, suddenly died of a heart attack. Take a listen.
That's Ash. That's just the essence of Ash.
They're the smile lines.
Yeah. Yep.
Jay's grief is still very raw, but incredibly, she's channeling her energy into something positive, giving back to the hospital in Fiji, where Maddie spent her first fragile hours.
It's Ashley's legacy and my legacy to want to give back to them.
Well, there's been an outpouring of support since Sylvia did that story, with one charity, FijiOz, helping to make Jayne and Ashley's dream come true. And I'm pleased to say we're joined now by Jayne Wren and the head of FijiOz, Karen Abbott. Good morning to both of you.
Hi.
Jayne, can we first of all start with little Maddie? She was born at 27 weeks. How is she doing now?
Yeah, she's doing so well. She's sort of back to birth weight now, so she's just over 4 kilos. And she's 16 weeks old now, so she's doing really well. She's gaining weight and
she looks great.
She's such an
fighter.
easy baby, yeah.
You were a fighter as well, and our viewers were so moved by your strength and your courage and your resilience in the story we showed a couple of months ago. Karen, you were prompted after seeing that story to get on board and help Jayne. How did it all come about?
I had just come back from Fiji. I'd been there for 3 months. FijiOz had taken over $1.5 million worth of medical equipment from the Marsh Foundation, who donated it. And it was all too similar. Fiji saved my daughter nine years ago. And then when I saw the bed that this one was sitting in, only 2 weeks after she had left the hospital, I had actually gone and replaced that bed. And then when I saw the nurses that were looking after her, they were the same nurses that I had given the beds to. Then 2 of her Fijian friends that were looking after her were part of my board members in Fiji, and it was just like, I thought, hang on. And then when I found out what happened to Ash, and then when she said that she had all these donations and she wanted to give it back to Nandi Hospital, I was flying over in 2 weeks and I thought, okay, I can do something here. That was just too much. And thank you to Channel 9, I got in contact with beautiful Jayne last week. I flew up to her home for 1 day. We boxed up all the boxes and we had no idea how we were going to get everything over. And so far we have not paid a cent. Fiji Airways has flying everything over. Marsh Foundation have paid for the freight that's going over right now. We've had cargo people. We've had just amazing response. It's just been incredible.
So the equipment that's going over is really going to make a difference?
Oh, yes, Lisa. It's there's like 30 beds. What happens in a lot of the hospitals, they don't have rails. And of course, when a mother's had a baby, some of the babies fall off the beds. So now they've got rails. We take X-ray machines. We take New Balance every month, give us 100 pairs of runners. We take clothes, Fitness First, donate clothes to us. It's just incredible.
It's amazing.
So
yeah.
And on top of the hydraulic beds that will obviously make an enormous difference, it's the generous donations from people around the country, the clothes, the baby wipes, the nappies, you know, everything like that makes a big difference to new mums. You've boxed up dozens and dozens of boxes that will go over there, but it's snowballed now.
Yes.
And you want this to become an ongoing project.
I'd love to be able to give back on a permanent and regular basis, with hopefully some corporate sponsorship, maybe from a big supermarket or something like that. Ashley's legacy and my legacy was to try and put together a new mother's pack, and we want to call it Maddie's Daddy, a gift from Maddie's Daddy, so that it has a packet of nappies, a packet of wipes, some just shampoo, soap, basic things that they need, and maybe 2 or 3 little outfits for a boy and a girl, depending on what kind of, you know, what baby they have. And it would just be nice to be able to give that to the new mums.
And these are the sort of things that we all take for granted.
Yes.
And going into labour at 27 weeks, you must have been very nervous about the prospects
it happened very quickly.
that Maddie had. So you can only imagine that Ashley's had a hand in all of this.
Yeah, well, she was born so prematurely that if she hadn't have come early, he would never have met her. So we were lucky to have 27 days together as a family. And yeah, today is actually my wedding anniversary. So we would have been married for 4 years today. So I was kind of dreading today, and it makes it special that I feel like I'm doing something productive on a day like this, because it's, you know, it's hard to be without him.
And she gave you 7 hours of full sleep last night.
I know, amazing. She's a good girl.
That's a wedding anniversary present if ever I've heard of one.
Yeah, I know. She's amazing.
Jayne, I was so thrilled to hear the news of all the donations and the help that you've received from Karen as well when I spoke to you last week, and we're so happy that people are getting behind this cause. And of course, we'll put all the details on our website.
That would be
for
fantastic.
people to get behind you and to keep the baby packs going.
That would be great.
That would be amazing.
It takes a lot of money. Like, you know, at the other side, we've got to hire trucks and people to, and it all costs money.
Well, we will make sure that we put all of those details on our website.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And you did beautifully.
She's such a good girl.
She sure is. We think we know who she's been sent by.
Yeah,
She is an angel.
she's Daddy's girl.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.